The Abryanz Style and Fashion Awards are a prestigious event, and so featured fashion designers put their heads, needle and thread to work. But are their creations always befitting? Tonight on the show, we are joined by renowned fashion designer, photographer Emmanuel Bagwana of EGUANA, Kampala. Welcome to the Untitled Style project.
Thank you very much, Tazibone. I'm so glad to be here.
And my usual partners in crime, Sheilah Gashumba.
Hi everyone, Happy New Year. I hope you make sure you watch each episode this year.
And Bettinah Tianah.
Hello guys, I'm so happy to be back on the set of the Style project, my favorite place to be. So sit back, relax and enjoy the show.
Alright, so tonight we're still recapping the ASFAs. So this time we're critiquing the showcases of the night that happened to feature a lot of powerhouses when it comes to fashion, not only in Uganda but in Africa as well. Who stood out for you?
Everyone had a different touch. Kolo being, a new designer this year, his art was, his designs and art was mind-blowing. The style was indigenous, like it was exotic. It's something I would definitely want to wear. And also Aleku, bringing Grace Nachimera onto the runway for his collection. That also is an extra tick.
Bettinah, what did you make of the lineup of the designers for the ASFAs 2018?
They made such an amazing lineup of designers. Everybody had something to add to the table. I'm not being biased, but the fact is Aleku brought his A game. He showcased his collection for 2019 and right now on all the big platforms like Fashion Bomb Daily and even Vogue magazine. And I'm seeing so many A-listers in Hollywood wearing pieces similar to what he showcased on the runway. Now that is power.
One thing I liked about this year is that everybody brought something totally different.
Yep.
Like when you watched a showcase, it was that person's signature and that person's style. And even the Ugandan designers brought it up. Like you didn't see maybe the Ugandan designers showing something less than the visiting designers. So like as a whole, I really enjoyed it.
Well, with that said, let's get the ball rolling, and we're starting off with Kolo. Before the actual showcase, there was some sort of like entertainment. There was a dance routine. He is a dancer, and I think for him, incorporating that into his showcase was quite genius. As we like to say, we love to actually go out to these events and be entertained.
I love it when a fashion designer not only designs clothes but shows us their personality. And Philip didn't forget that. His personality came out, like the outfits as well. Like they are super cool outfits. Outfits you could see maybe Beyonce dressing them for maybe the dancers, her own dancers, because she loves to be creative. And if I wear them somewhere, I'm sure someone would ask me, where did you buy this from?
One of the things I like about him is that he creates his own textures. So like if you notice, most of those prints were his own creation. So that brought something new. The embroidery is something that's current. So like it was very modern, it was wearable, yet at the same time there was something unique about it.
Amongst my favorite collections, like I mentioned earlier on the show, is this showcase by Maya Atafo. I was literally like blown away. His collection was of course really menswear inspired. There's a lot of like menswear influences, and I got to see a lot of safari. I got to see a lot of chic safari with the colors. There was a transition from the grays. I got to see camel, I got to see olive at some point. And generally I feel this collection was really well thought of because it's very cohesive. You see a story from the first to the last piece. And I feel Maya Atafo this time would just practically just put his best foot forward.
Sure, I want to wear these pieces every day. Like they give you that kind of power. Women, to get that power in outfits, it's all about wearing a suit, a pantsuit. Now these pieces represent what a modern day, power attire would actually look like. And I love designers that never forget their roots. East or West, home is best. Always remember where you come from. Mai is from West Africa, for those of you who don't know, and it's like one of the biggest designers we have from that side of Africa. And I love the fact that we see tunic inspiration in some of his pieces. Now, for me, that is just amazing. It's good to always remember your roots. That's the same thing that Kolo did. He had Kikoyi in there. So for designers out there, you have to pick an identity, and I think Mai is that one person that has identified with the tunic. I don't know if he's Muslim. Is he? He's not.
Sure.
He's not. Yeah, but I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so one thing that I must say, I just love that he did something refreshing. I was at I think last year Bagwana, when he did the bridal, he still killed it. Sometimes when people see all these weddings, I don't know what, everyone says, oh, I want to wear a Vera work, oh, I want to wear this, that. But then you feel you want to wear an African designer. And whoever knew that people would wear wedding dresses from African designers. This collection also reminds me of his collection at the Fashion Week Nigeria last year, where he partnered up with a lady called Love from Jules, and he actually got a couple of these designs from her Instagram. She's one person who puts different pieces together. So I think he also decided to bring it to Uganda as well. It's perfect. It's perfect. I love it when a woman feels like a boss even when they're not.
Of course, first, like when we had that Mai was coming to show, we already had that idea of Mai in our mind of bridal wear. So the first refreshing thing was something totally different. Like an exact opposite of bridal wear. Then of course the colors, the music. As a designer, music is one of the most important elements. Then the colors, the army greens, the browns, all those are colors that are like trending in spring summer 2019. So it was a really, really nice collection and very clean.
Well, you know, this collection is actually could pass off as the most commercial collection of the night, because you can practically wear everything
that's
around. I think that was well thought out.
Yes. And the mix of serious and sexy was also
Guys,
good.
a round of applause for Maya.
But also I think Brian needs to do a next day whereby people like us can buy some of these things.
True.
Moving on to another amazing design of the night was collected all the way from South Africa, who happens to be an intern of David Clale. He has this big show in South Africa where he gets different designers, young aspiring designers, and a winner gets to work with him. And I love that he didn't forget to bring one to Uganda.
You know, you'd think for an intern, they're going to copy and paste what they were taught by their teacher or something, but you see there is his own thoughts attached to it. And you know, knowing the fact that Kampala, Uganda is very sunny, we're always in summer throughout the year almost, and you go for such bright, brilliant colors that are so refreshing. To me, that was amazing.
First of all, when I think of white and yellow, like I have to applaud him for just combining those two colors, because when you think of them, first thing you think of is a yolk, like when you beat an egg. And for some reason, like his technique, his finishing made it work. It's like it's not a combination.
I know, right?
It's not a combination I would ever think of, but it really worked, and that jumpsuit was really nice. I hope maybe someone here can get inspired to get married in that.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, that's something very different.
When it's David, you expect perfection, you expect class, you expect glamour at its best.
Now, I would like to highlight to whoever is seated back home. You may be wondering, okay, Bino Richie, why are we seeing this? Now, I think underwear is something that Ugandan designers don't even think about. Please give me one designer who says, oh, I'm making underwear.
One brand has an underwear line.
Okay, yeah, I think, well, okay, yeah, Brian is already established. I'm talking about other designers out there. Do they even care to know women's, bra sizes? Like, I think women really suffer with bra sizes. Like, it's a huge issue. Yeah. Like, Sheilah, how many times do you find a perfect bra? It's so hard. So yeah, I just want to highlight quickly that Ugandan designers always forget underwear, and David Clale from South Africa is trying to show us that it's something that we're not supposed to be ashamed of. It's normal. We all need underwear, and I think that was his idea behind showcasing his underwear line.
The art David Clale has, the things he does, the creations he has, I feel like companies like Versace and Gucci should have him on a panel. I love that he started with the men. Like, he was like, oh, everyone is like, okay. They already were so excited. Then the second collection came in called the Zania collection. I loved it because it had Nelson Mandela pictures all over it. And everyone knows last year there was the 100 years of Nelson Mandela. They had the Global Citizens concert show in South Africa that had Beyonce. They were celebrating Nelson Mandela all year anyway. And as a designer, he didn't forget that, you know, there was freedom fighting in South Africa years ago, and he brought it into his
To
own
life
sense,
through fashion.
through fashion. But not only did he do that, it's so wearable. I would wear this
Yeah.
anytime, anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
People
feel
here usually when
yeah.
you tell them, okay, do something to do with maybe Museveni or maybe with Buganda or what, they make it so. You love the idea, but you wouldn't wear it.
You wouldn't want
Yeah,
to
you wouldn't wear it.
Yeah. One thing I like about him is he knows how to show, like how to create a showcase. Like if you notice how everything progresses, it's a story. As you said, like there was the menswear, the loungewear, then there was the Azania collection, then the colors, how they progressed into the white, like just how he blends his colors and prints. Like you can tell that there's a story behind the whole collection. And even the pieces individually, like they look very expensive, the fabrics look very chic. So his collections are always very interesting to watch. And knowing that some of the pieces were inspired by Mandela even takes it a notch higher.
Yeah.
Because it's not literal, it doesn't look too...
cliche.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, following closely is a Ugandan sensation when it comes to fashion and design, Anita Burial of Burial Couture, with a collection that was quite reminiscent of Maya Tafo's Beauty and the Beast last year.
First of all, it's okay to be inspired.
Yes.
And Tazibone, we need to also remember that everything we do has already been done. Right? So it's just how you bring it out and how you own it. Now, I think how she owned this was the ombre. She's one of the designers that have played around with this ombre color in Uganda, and you know, she's trying to own that. So to me, that was a good trick. She's owning the ombre, and I think she has some pretty interesting pieces.
To be honest, there was like, there's a time something would be amazing, then
The tempo just
the
kept
tempo
going.
just, you know, and
Yeah.
yet other designers were really like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know if the other designers get to see what the other people are doing. Because if some saw what other people are going to showcase, I'm sure people would have run back and fixed one or two things.
What do you think about Anita Burial's collection?
First of all, the start was really nice, like that girl with the petals, and I think the similarity to Maya Tafo is because it's bridal wear. Like you can't show bridal wear in so many ways. But the ombre, like I liked how she introduced the colors into the white, but individually, I don't know if I liked some of the dresses that much. Like the cuts didn't really look so flattering. But then after the ombre collection, then the golds and the reds looked really nice.
Anita Burial is one designer that will practically blow your mind in as far as like execution is concerned, and this to me was just, sorry, it was just mediocre. You know, I expected a lot. This was dope, it was nice, but relatively when you compare her showcase to all the other showcases that, you know, were on the ramp that night, it kind of was like lukewarm for me. And finally, for the second time, ladies and gentlemen, Alekul on the Asfa ramp yet again. Now, this collection was thrills. Like, for me, it was just entertaining. I think it did a very good job at following the theme, which was Africanism, it's postmodernism. You see a lot of like those influences. You see a lot of athleisure. You see a lot of pop. You see a lot of punk. You know, it's a variety. You get to see. It's like a, what do you call it? Like a balanced diet.
Yeah.
Aleku, the first time he came on to Abryanz show last year, about what's that, 2017? Everyone was like, wow, this guy needs to come back. And guess what? He came back, like bigger, better. He told me, Sheilah, I was planning for this ever since the last Abryanz.
Wow.
And it could tell. You know, sometimes someone doesn't even have to speak about it. If you see he had the most models, he thought about Grace. Oh, even you, I told Aleku, Grace Wamujewa. Like this lady hasn't been singing for like years. I also loved one thing about Aleku, he had a million stories, like over 6 stories. But then they all fused in.
He had his signature black and white, but he introduced print this time around and brought it in a very different way, a very edgy way. The helmets, the dresses, everything was very cool and trendy. The presentation was very unique. I loved the Burundian drummers, Grace, who is from our generation. Like,
Your generation.
Yeah.
Old? Okay.
Yeah, and then of course the colors like the army greens, the maroons, like all those colors are colors that are trending in spring summer 2019. So like it brought fashion but also brought entertainment at the same time. Yeah, so it was like one of the best shows of the night.
Yeah, and also last remarks about Aleku's collection. I always love designers that play around with fabric. This shows that you are not a lazy designer. Those designers just use one fabric. Honey, that's being lazy. Aleku had tons of fabrics.
And he had a lot of clothes. All right, before we wrap up, what lessons do you think designers, Ugandan designers, or designers that are watching the show from anywhere, any part of the world right about now, can learn from the Asphalt Showcase 28?
They need to think out of the box and really push themselves. Like what I just said, there is what we call lazy journalism, but even in design, we have what we call lazy designing. Please do not be a lazy designer.
We should also give applaud to the makeup. I love that when it was bridal, people were changing lipstick, the eyeshadows were changing. Sometimes you could have a good collection, but the makeup and the hair will mess up everything. So I love that the MAC cosmetics team was there to handle that. And also the hair, shout out to Jeff, the hair was all neatly, put together.
One thing it can teach us as Ugandan designers is to always stick to our signature. Like all the designers had a signature and they stuck to it. Once you stick to a signature, then you develop it more.
Like stick to their roots?
Yes, like to your own
Story.
Yes. So don't see Gucci showing this, then you jump to that, then next season you see this one showing flowers. So just look inside your head and show something that's true to you. And then another thing that I saw at the show that was very entertaining was the music. Like a lot of the time designers in Uganda don't go all out. When you're planning a show, always be involved in the music, the makeup, the styling, everything. Recently I attended a show and it was a bridal showcase and they were walking to Lingala music, which was very old. So it was quite horrible. And also as a Ugandan designer, I have to disagree with you guys. Like Ugandan designers did well on the night. They did as well as the visiting designers.
So it was equal.
Yes.
On that note, let's take a quick break. We will be with you in a jiffy. Shoes can make or break any look. So for any gentleman to step out stylishly, it is important to have the right shoes at hand to complete and complement any look. From running errands to formal events, these, gentlemen, are the shoes that any stylish man should own in 2019. I am at Kampala's fashion plug for the latest in menswear Abryanz collection, and what I'm doing today is basically profiling the shoes that every guy who's crazy or mad about style should own. And I'm gonna start off with the basics. So I start off with the loafer, as you can see. This is a pretty much very versatile shoe depending on basically where you wanna go. I would recommend for anyone that's basically trying to get a loafer to try to opt for neutral colors. And as you can see, we have different variants of the loafer. We have this shimmery version, and this is basically for red carpet or a very, very flashy event that requires someone to really dress. And we also have this variant. This one is actually it's very funky, as you can see. It has spikes. This I would recommend for basically the same as this. But the difference between this and this is that this is, while this is formal, whereas this is formal, this variant is casual. This cannot be seen anywhere on a red carpet. The next shoe that I want to highlight as a must-have in every man's shoe closet is the Oxford. Now this shoe is timeless and it's not going anywhere. It's much suited for formal settings. You can wear this to work. You can actually take it to a dressy event, depending on what color you're actually opting for. Now, this green color I would probably recommend for a dressy event, and for the eccentric people, you can actually take it to work as well. But this is a formal shoe that is a must-have for every man out there, and it's not even only the fashion-forward men, but every man needs to own this pair. And like the loafers, I would recommend that you actually own it in neutral colors, and I'm talking about brown, gray, navy blue, basically neutral colors. Then following closely is a shoe that has been quite popular lately. It's called the double monk strap. Now there is a single monk strap and a double monk strap. The difference between the two is the single monk strap has only one, basically this, as you can see. But now when it has two of these, it's what makes it a double monk strap. A double monk strap you can take to work, you can actually take to a dressy event. And also, like you can see, there's a velvet variant. As you can see now, this is very suited for dressy events, say like a red carpet, or you have a theme party and you're basically just dressing down. This, you can like basically opt for this. Now these shoes, as you can see, are versatile depending on someone's sense of style. Some people actually wear these with chinos and dress pants, but then the eccentric guys that I've seen out there, some actually wear them with jeans. Another must-have in every man's wardrobe should be the all white low-top sneaker. Now this is very versatile, and it's much suited for a very casual setting. Basically, when you're basically looking for a white sneaker, try to look for something that's minimal. I would not recommend for someone to go with something that's very, very detailed, because that basically can restrict in terms of like pairing up your outfits. So try to keep it minimal and like opt for something that is basically in all solid white. The next shoe that happens to be a personal favorite of mine is the black high top boot. Now this basically I love because it has the capability of just making you feel cool and basically amping up like really any casual outfit. And as you can see, there's also like a studded version. Now this I would recommend for celebrities, for performances, or for normal people who are not afraid to step out and make a statement. And as you can see, it has like a patent leather finish. Now when I talk about patent leather, it's the leather that basically has a very shimmery finish. So this shoe that I'm holding right about now is called a Chelsea boot. A Chelsea boot is a versatile shoe as well, because you can actually wear it, say like with a pair of jeans and chinos, or with dress pants. But like make sure when you wear this boot with dress pants, you have to make sure your pants go all the way down. So it basically just cut out this section of the boot. And when you're wearing them with jeans, I would recommend that you wear tapered jeans or skinny jeans, and you basically just tuck them in so that you get to see this elastic detail of the boot. And as you can see, you also have it in like a brown. Now this brown has a brood finish. It's in suede, as you can see, and then it has a brood finish. Like a brood finish or brooging is these little holes that you see on shoes. This is a very it basically dates back to the early ages. Whenever these shoes were invented, they were supposed to be practical, and the purpose of these holes was basically to aerate the foot. So yeah, you can get Chelsea boots in black, in calf brown, in grays, in olive greens, in burgundies, and as many shades as you can basically find out. Finally, we cannot talk about must-have shoes and not talk about sneakers. Now, the sneaker has lately been making it into mainstream fashion and basically away from, say, the gym. These kind of like look like the All-Stars, the Chuck Taylors, but the only difference is that they have a bigger sole or a platform, and I think these are actually ideal for the men who are a little bit, height deprived. But yeah, you actually get to see them in like a lot of colors. Now the shoe trend for 2018, 2019 basically entailed very dramatic soles, and this, as you can see, has a very, very graphic sole, which is quite interesting. And I feel that's the direction any trendy guy should be taking when buying sneakers. Then we have this black Yohji Yamamoto sneaker, and for all those that follow Yohji Yamamoto, you know he always has this springy kind of like sole detail, and I feel this shoe is should be very comfortable because this is meant to be some sort of like shock absorber. That wraps up tonight's trend segment. If you're looking for the shoes that I talked about or highlighted tonight, be sure to check them out at Abryanz collection, Garden City Basement. Tonight's show was shot on location at Abryanz collection, the definitive store in the latest in menswear and now the kidswear collection. Be sure to check them out at Garden City. And my outfit for the night was by courtesy of Latif Jr. Thank you so much for my outfit.
You killed it.
I love it.
Anyway, it's been your girl Sheilah Gashumba, and I've been dressed by my own fashion house, Gashquam. See you next time.
If you love my hair, be sure to check out Sparkle Saloon, and of course, thanks to my makeup artist of the night, Glam by Liz, and my dress by Sash's Closet. Pass by because they have the latest trends, and my shoes from Miss Lola Shutik.
Yeah, and I'm Emmanuel Bagwana from EGUANA Kampala, dressed by EGUANA Kampala.
Nice.
Denim by Old Navy, shoes by Nike. Okay, you can find out more about my brand on EGUANA Kampala, that's on Instagram. And then about my photography work, it's 40 Models, 40 Days, still on Instagram.
From the crew and I, it's good night. Take care, be blessed.